Guys, Gnarly here with another influence video. So what I'm going to be going over in this video is just basically everything you need to know about asteroids. I'm going to be going into the different types, all the different rarities, the different scan bonuses, and how that may affect the in-game value of the different asteroids. So everything in this video is going to be a really great overview to help you pick out the perfect asteroid that you want for the upcoming sale on Sunday. Alright guys, so the best place to check out anything influence related and to learn more about it is the Influence Wiki. Etherway has done a tremendous job setting this up so you can really learn everything you want to know about influence in this one site. So what we're going to do is first we're going to go to Asteroid Basics because we're learning about asteroids today. And so we're just going to scroll down to see this card. And this is what you see on OpenSea. You see the name, the rarity, the spectral type, the size, the bonuses, and then all of the attributes over here for the individual bonuses. And so what I'm going to go into first is the different spectral types, their rarity in the different areas of the belt, and what I think each spectral type is best suited for. And so we're just going to go overhead, and I'm just basically walking you through the wiki. The information is all here. And so there are 4 types. You have the C type, you have the S type, the M type, and the I type asteroids. And then you also have a mixture of these multi-type asteroids as well. This figure here shows the different distribution of the different spectral types amongst the belt. You can see the C types are the most widely distributed along the belt. You can see the I types and the CI types are all the way out here on the outskirts of the belt. So you just from this figure, you already get a sense of where everything is somewhat located along the belt. So basically, your I's are going to be further out. Your M's and S's are going to be closer to the star. And so that gives you a little bit of perspective of when you're looking to buy these different types. Maybe an I type that's closer to the inner belt is going to be more valuable since there's even fewer of those. Or maybe a C type way out close to the outer belt with all these different I's are going to be a little more valuable as well, because they're going to just be a little bit more niche in those certain areas. And so this table breaks it down really nicely. You get the main belt distribution. You can see that the main type of asteroids is this C type, which are really great for organic resources. And you can see that they make up 65% of the total system of the main belt. And then for the outer belt distribution, you can already see there are no M types, there are no S types out here. There are only C types, I types, and CI types. And so you can see that it's pretty much dominated by I types. But then you look up here, there's only 1.25% of I types within the main belt. And then this figure helps you understand the different resources for each specific asteroid. So for the CI type, it's mainly going to be volatiles and organics. It tells you each image on the wiki tells you what these are going to be capable of and best suited for. So it's going to be suited for fuel, that's your volatiles, and then life support, that's your organics. And then you can see a CS type, it has all the 5 different resource categories. They're just not necessarily distributed equally for a CS type. Even though there's no I in it, it still has a little bit of volatiles. And so this really provides you with great information of each of the different asteroid types and what each has to provide, and then what are they going to allow you to do within the game. So if you want to be a metal miner, you're not going to purchase a CI type, you're not going to purchase a C type. If you want to build those ships, you're going to need metals and likely rare earth as well, and those just aren't available at all on those asteroids. And so continuing down, you can see that I is truly the only one pure type asteroid out there. It only is made up of volatiles. You have M-type asteroids, which are mainly made up of metals, but they also have a little bit of fissile materials in there as well. And then you look up at the C-types. They're primarily organics, but there's also volatiles in there as for fuel purposes. And so if you really wanted to be a fuel miner, you would be best suited for an I-type asteroid. And then there are these multi-type asteroids as well. And you can see that for a CIS-type asteroid, it has all of the types, but it's a little bit more skewed to volatiles. And then for the CMS-type asteroid, it's a little bit more skewed to metals. And if you're purchasing a rock off the secondary market, this is incredibly important because for an M-type, for example, if you have, say, a 30% fissile boost, that may not be as valuable as a metal boost, even though that fissile boost is really, really rare. And so when you're purchasing asteroids from the secondary market, or even looking at asteroids where you want to mine once the game is playable, you should take that into account. Just because an asteroid is labeled as superior or rare doesn't mean it necessarily has the bonus that would provide the best boost to that asteroid. So that's another thing to think about. And then here's another figure that shows the different types of materials and where they are dominated for each asteroid. So it kind of gives you a high, medium, low for each asteroid. And so looking at it, again, the I, it's clear, it's dominated by volatile. The M, it's really high in metal, but you're also going to get a little bit of fissile. And then you can see that for an S-type, it is going to be split a little bit between the metal, rare earth, and the fissile. And then they provided us with a really great game spoiler a little while ago that talked about the different types of resources specific to the individual asteroids and what those resource trees may look like. And I'm going to walk you through that right now. Alright guys, so the chart I'm showing you right now is a game spoiler we got a while back. It's basically shows how to make different types of metals to build different types of materials. So you can see that the different types of rocks have different resource types. So for example, graphite, based on this figure, is more likely to be found on an M-type, as well as bronzite, versus phyllite and ferrosilite is on an S-type, and then bitumen is on a C-type. And to make these different resources, basically, you're going to need these different types of materials, which come from different types of rocks and are more present in the different types of rocks. So even with it being a mining resource, you're going to need the different types of rock categories to be able to refine these resources into the different types of alloys, basically. And these are all alpha mechanics, so I just want to know they're subject to change. There's nothing final, but it just gives you an idea of how you're going to take those raw materials from your different asteroid types and turn those into actual resources. Thank you all for watching. Unfortunately, I was only able to cover spectral types in this video. In my next videos about asteroids, I'll be sure to cover the resource bonuses as well as the orbital mechanics specific to each asteroid. Those are really, really unique about the game, and when you start to talk about the game at all, you just realize how complex it is. And when you start to just scratch on the surface and just start to go in a little bit more detail, you really peel back all of the amazing features about this game and how much thought has gone into it. So I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. Thank you all for watching. Again, I'm Gnarly Narwhal, and I will see you all in the belt.